All right, everybody, how you guys all doing out there tonight? Welcome one, welcome all. So I just want to do a quick video update as quickly as I possibly can. Here's my dilemma. Okay, so what I've got us is I've got us in this really tight wedge right here. So we are in this wedge pattern right here. You can see with this top blue line, this bottom blue line. I'm gonna make them a little bit chunkier for everybody. There's one, not that. There's two. Okay, so you see I have us in this really big fat wedge right here, and I'll just widen that out a little bit, just like that. There we go. So, our support once again is going to be, we've got a new bear gap that's open. It's down here at 71, 75-ish. We've also got one down here at 70, 83. So we've got a couple bear gaps that have opened up down here. Now, here is my thing, and this is my dilemma I'm in, and God, I just wish I was, I really just don't know. That's the only thing I can say. I don't know right now. I honestly do not have the answer to which chart to listen to right now. Either I'm going to listen to the CMA chart or I'm in the Bitstamp chart or I'm going to go with Binance, and I just don't know which one. But I do know that no matter what, we do have a gap to fill down here in the 7100 range. Now, until we actually break out over this higher high right here, we're just going to run up to, if we break out of the higher high, we are going to run to 9450. It's just, that's what's going to happen. We're going to run to the 382. And let me pull that chart over. I have a better chart with all of that detailed on there. Let me go there. Here it is right here. So if you take your fib from your very tippity top, 19,000 and change, and you take it to the very tippity bottom right down there, 3130, roughly 31 and change. And what you find is that we blasted through the 236 right there. There's the 236. It was parked at 7048. Now, here's what happened. If you set your extended fib from the very bottom up to here and back to here, you ran out your extended fib absolutely perfect. Look at how crazy. Oh, get back over there. Right? Look at how crazy that is. To the tick. 4618. Boom. Retraced all the way down to the 236. Boom. Now, this is the Bitstamp chart. I mean, that is super, super impressive on this fib. And here's your fib. So you started over here at the bottom. You pulled it up to the tippy top here, you pulled it down to the bottom here, and that gave you this huge fib extension of where your run would be. And you could see it ran all the way up to the 4618. So we completed the entire extended fib wave. It is run its complete gamut in full, in entirety. It's just done. That's it. It's gone. So I can't find, and I have a hard time finding a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other than this right here, right? So I can find 1, 2, 3, 4 on this mysterious, Vamp called that perfect, 6290 to fill the gap by the Mafia's, Futures Mafia. Funny how that got filled, a 2,000 point drop. Oh wow, pretty incredible. Nobody saw that coming, wink, wink, really. So now this would count as my wave 4, and this is where we would be looking for our wave 5. Our wave 5, we would be looking for this to top out at 94.71, which is the 382. Remember, we've pulled our fib from the very tippy top to the very tippy bottom, and this is the 382 retracement for halfway. Now, super, super spectacular, but I don't think this is going to happen until way down the line over here somewhere. Is the 5-0, right? So I wouldn't look for this to happen. This is what I would look to happen closer to the halving, like somewhere over here, right? Somewhere over in late end of the year, early next year sometime. This is where I'd look to the halving to get all the way up to the 5-0, okay? Now you're looking at 11.4, and I do see as the halving gets closer, that's where we also look for, the potential for as you get more of a bullish run, right? I broke everything down on the chart here. Okay, so everything is broken down the chart. Now, if this is the chart you're using, yes, all you got to do is just break this higher high, and you're going to be looking to close out here at 94 and change. If this is not the chart you're using and you're only charting on like Binance or something like that, then you could possibly still see that deeper retracement, right? I got to tell everybody, I'm absolutely just as the most confused as I've ever been right now charting, because I have no idea which chart to go by. You know, when we had the USDT fiasco, where USDT threw off the price, it was like a $400 difference by exchanges. I mean, that was already difficult enough to chart because, where is it? Are we $400 plus or $400 less? It just that made it the difficulty of charting that much greater, right? So this is, I would consider this still, is this a one, two, wave three, wave four, wave five? And is wave five going to end there? We're going to get an extended wave five all the way up here. So it's just that simple. Simple wave five, extended wave five. All right. So usually I like to see wave five at least about the size of wave one. So, this would be an extended wave five. This would be a standard wave five. Still would like to see us retrace and fill that bear gap. Let's go over and take a look at our bear gaps real quick. Listen, we just opened up this monster CME gap. This baby runs all the way down to 71.82. There it is, right? This is the 4 hour. The 4 hour does show that this bear gap was filled. It does not show that this one was filled, though. And this is our much larger one. I'll take this over the 12 hour. Right, there's that 12 hour. You see, now that wick did come all the way down in there. That did wick through a wick. Is that a filled gap? It possibly could be a filled gap, and we could be looking sweet, but we still haven't filled this brand new bear gap that we just had open. That bear gap would like to fill down there the 71 and change, 71.75, something like that, to fill that baby. Now, there's no reason whatsoever this can't run up to this 9,400 space and fill out this 9,400, hit the 382, and then roll over on us, okay? Nothing. Nothing. I don't see any bull crosses coming other than the 3 days got a 7 and a 200 cross coming on it. I look at the one thing I do look is I'm taking a look over here at the fibs, right? So this is I'm sorry, not our fibs, at our Bollinger Bands. So take a look at our Bollinger Bands. Our Bollinger Bands have opened up real wide, like really wide on a lot of these. So you see we're we're at the very top of the Bollinger Band on the 2 day, very top on the 3 day. Still got room over here on the daily and the and everything else over here. So I'm gonna pull out the weekly for a second, okay, and just show you what I mean by, like, look at this right here. I just want you to point this out to everybody, right? When I look at this and go, wow, right? This is the top of your Bollinger Band. There's the bottom of your Bollinger Band. This distance is quite a really nice distance that's just opened up here, right? So you can see we're putting outside of the Bollinger Bands over there, came back in, ripped right out to the top side, and all of this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks now outside of the top of the Bollinger Band, right? 8 weeks. We're still outside of the Bollinger Band on the top side. That is really incredible. Like, that's full-blown bull market stuff. 2017 area, right? Just super blown out over there on that. And listen, this is your mean line. This is your center line, right? So you want to know where it's at? 47.24. That's all it's got to hold for the Bears, the Bulls. If this pulls back and that holds, I mean, we'll be off to the races, rip roaring and going. But like 6 weeks out of take a look. I mean, this was kind of in, 1 out, 2 out, 3 out, 4 out, and then that was it. So we're 4 weeks outside of the outside over there. But then that but let's go back. Let's really dig down way deep here, okay? We're going to get super deep and take a look at the last time, how long we spent. So 1, 2, 3, no, inside, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, back inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back inside. 1, 2, 3 out. 1, 2 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out. And take a look, we are on a super hardcore bleeding 9. Just like insano bleeding 9. And the only place I can actually go back and find this is I can only go back and find this way back yonder, 2012, right? There it is. There's 2012 and 13 right there. And this is the only time I can find this kind of a bleeding pattern, right? Where we just look at all these weeks over the top of the Bollinger Band. Now, back in these days, buying crypto was a hell of a lot cheaper than it is right now. We all know that, right? But still, I mean, these are some mighty marches outside of the Bollinger Band. We're actually kind of recreating the exact same thing. You see, we're a little choked up here, but now we're super wide in here. And when we do get this wide, this is when you really got to start to keep an eye out, because look, it likes to play back to the center line, right? This is your mean line, right? Even though you get outside, it wants to play back to the mean line. And the mean line, we've talked about this once again. The mean line's at 47.50. That's a pretty deep mean line right there for this, if this would retrace all the way back. But you see, look, take a bouncy offie, run to the moon. Bear market, right? Once you got on top of it, bounce out the center, bounce out the mean, bounce out the mean, bounce out the mean, run the mean, bounce the mean, bounce the mean, bounce the mean, right? So you see what happens once you get on top of that mean, but it does always like to come back to that mean line, and we are super hot. I mean, talking about just wow, hardcore, on fire right there. Overbought. I mean, we are as overbought as you could possibly get. And I would really like to see, if anybody's got the greed index out there, I'd like to see where the greed index is, right? And I feel that we've actually done a higher, hotter run right here than we did back in 2017. This little clip we did back in here in 2017. This is a nice bullish run. And we got the same thing, but once again, I just see us as overheated, boys and girls. I see that we're gonna get a retrace at some point, and just don't forget that Uncle Vampy told you guys that when this thing does retrace, it wants to go back. Hold on, let's pull this back. Okay, and that when this baby pulls back, right, this thing likes to go to there it is. Whoop. Okay. And then there it is, right there, 47.50. All right, so no matter how high, and then remember, this thing's going to keep cruising up. So wherever, the weekly mean BB will keep moving higher, this will be our new support. Okay, no matter what, that will act as our new support. And we're going to cruise along here. All right, let's pull that up. 2 week, once again, there's the 2 week. We've topped out in the 2 week. Look at this. Monthly's got a long way to go. We never went down and found the bottom of that Bollinger Band ever on the monthly. Take a look. We've pretty much never found the bottom of the monthly Bollinger Band. There it is. Don't even know what to say about that, right? Don't even know. I am going to throw a funny... Yeah, no, can't do it. No, can't kind of do that right there, maybe. I don't really like that either. Maybe something like that right there. Right now, it might be your back test line. You know what I'm saying? That would be your back test line. Still looks like a pretty decent back test line. All right, let's buzz through. Listen, this is all your Gauss charts. So here's your Gauss charts. We're over the top of every single Gauss line, weekly, monthly, everything, absolutely everything. And your retrace looks 6,000, 5,200, 41 and change. And where's this one at? This one's at 55. So like all your Gausses, you're just blasted over through the top of every single Gauss. You see there's your bear gap, 71.57 showing on that one on your 12 hour. This still doesn't show filled, which is really weird to me. There's that brand new bear gap, shows us 71.88. And then your weekly, I don't know if I have that loaded up on the weekly. Let's take a look over here. Yeah, I do. It's loaded up on there. Okay. So yeah, it just, your middle Gauss line is where this will return to henceforth. One day, that's why it is there. Just listen, come down and fill this. If this is the chart we're using, we filled that gap. We're going to come down, fill the second gap, and I feel we just bounced straight up out of this. This is a really crazy candle situation on the weekly over here. You did have this big hanging man style candle. I would call this a hanging man style candle. So I would like to see how this plays out with this big hanging man. Now, this is your 3-day chart, and look at this is your 200 MA. So your 200 MA will be acting as support for you. All that is clustered around the 7100 area. So I see us, if we get down to the 7100 area, at least we'll have a bunch of support in that range to hold us. RSI bubble chart does show us just poking. We just have our finger about knuckle deep inside. I'd say it about a fingernail deep inside the hiney of this short trade line. So we're just poking it, we're easing it in there, seeing if it's going to either go through or not, right? But this is a serious short, long, and trade line. As you see, this is a serious one. This one, not so much. You get down and past this long, short trade line, it's usually pretty weak. This is a pretty strong one. That's a super strong one, okay? Nothing on that chart. Now this is interesting because this is our white box bounce line. So every time we hit these trend lines with the white boxes on it, we've had bullish bounces. Now I made a brand new trend line, tap, 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 and we've got a bullish bounce from each one of those. If this does hold, this right here, I mean, has a really good chance to hold, even though it's had a beautiful bounce already. And if this does hold and we get another bounce, it'll be something special. If it does fall out, it'll be very interesting how deep we can actually go with this. Because we've actually fallen a pretty long way right here. We've actually taken a real big tumble. This is my MACD bubble chart. This is actually a really, really long fall right there. So to take some kind of fall like this usually is very bullish, right? To me, I would say this is a little more bullish. All right, just your longs, this is your historicals. I really have this stacked up on the monthly chart right now. Didn't quite make it all the way up to my monthly tap on that little wick right there. We're a little lower than that wick. But we do have a bunch of support below us right now, 77.31, 74.50, 74.75, and 70.14. So we do have a bunch of support that's all stacked up and racked up below us to support this. This is my VPVR chart. Just kind of see all the area. This is a wall. We just ran into the wall, got pulled out. You see all we did is we just went all the way back here, ran up to this July 2018 area, got rejected off of it. It looks good. This is about right? A lot of buying and selling in there, and a lot of buying and selling, and we just got kicked back a little bit. ADX chart, very bullish in the pattern right now. This is a very bullish set of, if you look back here during the bull market, this is a very bullish pattern. Let me review that for you guys real quick, right? And so during this bull market right here, right, when everything was taken off and just mooning, you see these really big like peaks and valleys, right? These are crazy swings right here. Right, during the bear market, what I always was looking for is I was looking for these little double tops right here. See this little double top, right? Even this right here, this right here, this right here. Like these were very bearish little double top things that were playing out. Oh, there's another one right there, right? See, these are very bearish. Okay, and these are very bullish. These big movements are very bullish. These tiny movements are very bearish. And look at where we're at. I mean, we're just back into the bullish. I mean, clearly there's no doubt about it, but we're back into the bullish ADX movements right now. And we're just going to have to, I've got to get deeper into this. I got to take a look and see where this plays out. Now, we have been extremely bullish. And if you take a look, this is our histogram. Our histogram is way up here, right? It's way, 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 way up here. Super crazy up here. So this thing's gotta pull back at one point, and I want to see what happens when this bad boy does pull back. Okay. I'm gonna back this up just a little bit more because I want to go find this ADX, this, damn, that thing's high. Yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah. See, this is what worries me. If you come back here and you take a look at this chart right here, right? Since the bear-o-matic has been working, right? I mean, since this bear-o-matic has been working, this thing has been pretty good about filling all these target hits, target hits, target hits, target hits, targets, about filling all these targets. And this is a really big target over here that didn't get filled, and I'm just not hip to that. I know likey. Weekly came up and hit resistance on the top side for the bears. So the bears are the blue line. They got knocked, but look at these bulls. This is the bullish line. Like, this bullish line can go deep, right? Let's kind of look where some consolidation area is right there. I mean, that's gotta, if this thing really wants to run like a little broken let's see if we can get some yeah, kind of right there, right? Touch, touch, touch. I mean, I like it, I don't like it, I don't like it, really. I mean, just seriously, this is just keep going. ADX just moving up though. Second push. First push, sit down. Second push. First push down, second push. First push. That's interesting. It's creating a new higher high. All right, let's move along here. WMA chart still looks like a massive head and shoulders here, like a super, super big head and shoulders playing out. I did move this into a big channel. Right, I just created a big channel with this. Longs to shorts, I just put this up in the members area. Take a look at how oversold the shorts are once again, right? The shorts are insanely oversold. We just went over this. We showed the chart how the shorts are 30% to 70% on MEX. Right now, the longs are just everybody in their freaking mother's long. Like, I mean, there's literally, I got crickets and frogs and dogs and bats and cats all calling in, all saying they're long on the Vamp channel, right? Everybody in their mother's bullish right now. And remember, every single time everybody is something, they show up, right? Right? Bats, cats, rats, dogs, frogs, and stinky logs are all long right now, right? Let's see here. We're gonna put one more meme over here, one more little gif. Everyone, you know what's my favorite? Everyone from the movie The Professional. Everyone is long. Everyone is long. One is long, right? Right, so I think we have like 68% or 65% long in the market right now, right? So we have a huge long, right? Huge longs, everybody in their mother's long right now, all right? So every single person in their mother's long. So you know what that always entails, you know, the whales wake up, they see the charts, they see the same charts we know about, and they just love to wreck the living crap out of everybody. All right. Yes, tigers too. Well, tigers, I don't know if tigers are long or not, but tigers could be. Love you too, Tiger. Great to have you here, buddy. Listen, the weekly, it's good. It broke the bullish line. We we know where the bull market is. Bull market, and bull market. Like, we know where the bull market is. We broke into the bull market area. I still, listen, we get 4 perfected TD9s and then we dump, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is our first. We're on our first perfected TD9. There it is, right? Still in a bull market, and this is kind of the catalyst of the very first phase of a bull market. You have 4 of these TD9s and then you fall out, and we're just going to have to see where this one takes us. Now, they all like to flip to a red 1. Green 9, red 1, green 9, red 1, green 9, red 1, so on and so forth. And we are nowhere near. In order for this to flip to a green 1, a red 1, it is going to have to fall lower than, I believe, the TD9 where it's sitting, and that's sitting at $5,000, $5,086, right? I'm going to post this chart up again, right? All right, here, look at this chart. It is important, right? All right, moving along, and same old, doesn't really help me. And chucking money flow, a lot of money flow coming in on Bitstamp, a lot of moolah coming in on Bitstamp, a lot of moolah coming in on Coinbase, a lot of people FOMOing in on those 2 exchanges right there. I'm going to come over and take a look at some of our really super amazing calls we've had. Let's keep an eye on Matic, right? I've been telling everybody, listen, buy the dips. Matic is out of control. We're up like 200% since the call on Matic, right? And where Matic. Oh, come here. All right, so there's Matic. All right, so let's go back. We're going to peek over here at Matic. Let's throw up a 12. It's not such bad on 12 hours. Not so bad on 6 hours. Daily's not so bad. All right. Got to watch that 4 hour. That 4 hour just set up a really nice bearish candle. Kinda a nice bear candle on Matic's 4 hour, right? So you got a nice little bear candle on Matic's 4 hour. Your support is basically going to be this trend line right here. This trend line's done a good job of acting as support, right? And top wedge line is support, right? So you know, you can feel free to just take like, this has been a long, right? I still am saying buy the dips, right? So I still think buying the dips on this baby is a good idea. No reason to, you know, listen, always good idea to taking profit. Taking profits is always sexy. Okay, that is a huge thing, right? And there we go. All right, how do you like that? Taking profits is always sexy, right? There we go. So, oh my God, my phone. All right, let's KMD. We have a bunch of members asking about KMD. Listen, I think this looks like it's in a symmetrical triangle. This needs to turn itself into a double bottom over here at Komodo and BTC. If it doesn't, this is just going to get super fugly. But it's got this. This isn't a bad pattern right here. Neither one of these are bad. I would hold off. I know a lot of people are talking about this, but I would kind of KMD. Right, I still think this is a wait and see, right? I don't know enough about the project. 88, man, Chainlink. Link is just still mooning out. I would like to see this eventually roll over. This is a super hardcore run. This does need to roll back in deeper. This is kind of how I see BTT. I think the whales from Tron have all moved over to BTT, and now they're just playing all their whale games over here in BTT, just crushing the living crap out of people. BNB, guys, this is, and ladies and gentlemen, I still think this is one of the best tokens out there. Never be afraid to, you know, take profits. Same old, same old. You do have a bullish cross, right? So you still have a bullish cross. Let's see if I have that bullish cross up there. Nope. Let's go over here. Boom. All right, there's BNB. Right, this is still a bull cross. It's still a bull cross right there, and that is on the weekly, right? BNB. Weekly 30, 50 bull cross. All right, that thing is still playing out. Let's go over it. Oh, this indicator is my killer RSI. It's called a killer RSI right there, and it actually gives you long calls, long, short, top and bottom. Scroll. Listen, I like this. I have been this. Someone has been slowly accumulating. I was accumulating over here. I've still been accumulating, and like this is customers. This is when customers buy and use the platform. That's all these big wick ups are. But my 30-day countdown is still on, as that's just chugging along. SV and look at ABC is doing pretty good. Very nice retrace and a march back up into this this wedge zone. So this is a beautiful call for me. Anybody who is in this call is seriously. I called the up, the down, the up. I mean this. It was probably a 300% call on that thing over there. It's pretty crazy. Same thing. Tron, not impressed with Tron. Once again, I think all these Tron people are overrunning BTT right now. ETH. Ah, man. I really don't know. I would like to see still ETH get a little bit of a chug push. Right? I'd like to see ETH get a little bit of a chuggy push to go up. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see it just get one more little oomph daddy to the top side. I would have liked to see 300. That was my top side. I really wanted to see this hit 300. It's all just depends on BTC right now, right? So I just think ETH is just completely dependent on BTC. ETH in a channel. Watch for a break. Relies needs BTC to move sideways, right? To hit the 300, right? I think any good retrace on this bad boy, any really good retrace. Boy, let's go take a look. Give me a seckie here. All right. Considering we really haven't had a retrace here, let's see what we got. There's that wedge support line right there. Boy, if this gets a big retrace, this gonna be ugly. So first support's there. Second support's there. Ouch. The short call on the daily supports are, what do we got? 234 and 204. 234 and 204. These need to hold for a 300 PA. Right. Litecoin, haven't really been following Litecoin. All these same patterns on all this. XLM, same thing. Had the swooping back up into resistance right here and then just fell right out of resistance. EOS, same thing. Right, EOS. And back to resistance and rejected. Right, and Neo, I've been looking at Neo. Raven, same thing, Raven, and not really getting the warm squishies. Okay, let's go over and see what we got here. Ski chart ski. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring this bad boy chart up, and we're just going to leave this up for everybody, okay? I'm just going to leave this up, and I'm going to box out my little still. There's your support right there and the wedgies. Right? Fill and run. All right, last chart. There we go. We got a couple members asking us to take a look at the higher high and lower. Lower. Yes, yep. Frenchie's just asking me to take a look at the CME charts, and yes, so we just have one of the members. He's saying take a look at the CME charts. And yep. Boom. There we go. All right. All right. So I think that's it for me. I think I'm just gonna. I think we're gonna bow out right here, and I would like to see these gaps filled, and then a nice run to Moondoggy Land, right? Right. Moonland. What is it called? This Moonland. Moonland. Right. And there's our Moonland right there. All right, everybody, I'm the Vamp. I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you guys for spending your lovely, dear time with me. Yes, the weekly did close out. The weekly candle's not that bad. Let's peek at the weekly. That's actually pretty damn good weekly. It's not a bad weekly at all. Yeah, it's not a bad weekly at all. I don't even mind the weekly. It's a pretty nice little weekly. Yeah, and I'm going to just pull this. Let me put this to the weekly. Weekly? Yeah. All right, there we are. All right, and I am from Trading Associates. And Brian, that's a secret. And I am out. Peace, everyone.